So vertically projected body given. Considering air resistance, how the speed of that body changing with the time, we have to find from the graph. So before that, how this air resistance affects motion of this vertically projected body. Look here. From the ground, when body is projected vertically upwards with initial velocity u, it is going against gravity, reaches the highest point with velocity 0, final velocity 0 at the highest point, and coming back to its original position. While going upwards on this body, acceleration g, that is taken negative. While going up, a is equal to minus g. While coming down, a is equal to plus g, we consider. That is in the absence of air resistance. Without any other forces acting on the body, only gravitational force acting on the body, while going up and coming down, we consider that a is equal to minus g and a is equal to plus g for the upward and downward journeys. When air resistance is taken, look here. When the body is going up, if air resistance is taken, air resistance always acts in a direction opposite to motion. Air resistance always in a direction opposite to motion. Here, air resistance means air resistance force. Air resistance means air resistance force. So, that is a force. That air resistance force acting in a direction opposite to motion. Opposite to motion means when the body is going up, it is acting in the downward direction. Along with this force F, there is a mg, gravity, acting in the downward direction. So, for a body moving up, there are two downward forces. One is mg, weight, it is always vertically downwards, and whatever the air resistance, because of the motion in the upward direction, it is acting in the downward direction. Okay. So, when you write resultant force acting on the body, it will be mg plus F. mg plus F, total downward force acting on the body. You can write this as a sum A, m into, this is equal to m into sum A. Newton's second law. Resultant force Fr is equal to ma. So, we are writing this mg plus F is equal to ma, so that A is equal to mg plus F divided by m. Okay. So, A becomes g plus F divided by m. So, this is the acceleration of the body when body is going upwards against air resistance. Okay, against air resistance and also against gravity. So, with air resistance, what we have to write A? With air resistance, what we have to write A means not g, g plus F divided by m. Clear? While going upwards, what is A means? A is equal to g plus F by m with a negative sign. Negative sign because it is going against. Okay. Put negative sign. A is equal to minus of g plus F by m. This is the case upward. When this body is coming downwards, downward motion, okay, downward journey. For the downward journey, weight mg acting in the downward direction, body is moving down, weight mg acting in the downward direction. Now the air resistance acts in the direction opposite to motion. That means it is acting upwards. Now the air resistance is acting upwards. When the body is moving down, it has to oppose. Air resistance has to oppose. So it is moving, it is acting upwards. Resultant, when you write resultant force, mg is in downward direction, F is in upward direction. So mg minus F. Mg minus F is equal to ma. Okay. So A is equal to what you will get? G minus F divided by M. So this is important. While going upwards, G plus F by M. While going downwards, G minus F by M. So acceleration is not the same in the presence of air resistance. In the absence of air resistance, acceleration value is the same, minus plus. But with air resistance, acceleration value changing, G plus F by M and G minus F by M. Now when you write equations of motion, the first equation, V is equal to U plus AT. Actually, you are having this equation, right? This V is equal to U plus AT means V is equal to U plus, in the place of A, now we have to write G plus F divided by M with a negative sign, going upwards kada. Going upwards means we have to put negative sign here. So minus U minus G plus F by M into T. So in the place of A, we write minus G plus F by M into T. This is while going upwards. Okay. So what is the relation between velocity and time? What is the relation between velocity and time means when you rearrange this equation, this equation will be like this, minus of G plus F by M into T plus U. Okay, like y is equal to minus mx plus c. Okay, minus mx plus c. Right. This equation is similar to y is equal to minus mx plus c. Y is equal to minus mx plus c means what? Straight line with a negative slope and positive intercept. Straight line with a negative slope, positive intercept. So in the graphs, in the options given, which one? If you see this part, first option. If you see the first option, while going upwards, you are getting the straight line. While going upwards, we are getting the straight line. As speed is given, we cannot draw the graph on the negative side. When you are given the velocity, you can draw on the positive side and also on the negative side. But when you are given the speed, you can draw the graph only on the positive side because speed is a scalar. Speed is scalar, it cannot be negative. So straight line part you are getting for some time. Okay, what is this time? This is time of ascent. This is time of ascent. And the next part, time of descent. Time of descent. In the time of ascent, it is given straight line. In the time of descent, while coming down, it is given curve. That is the first graph. In the second graph, while ascending, curve is given. While descending, straight line is given. And what about the third graph? While ascending, straight line, and descending also straight line. And here, for both the times, it is given curve. Okay. So which one is correct means up to half part this is correct because we are writing this equation. Okay, this is for upward. This is for upward. When you write for the downward, this is for the upward. When you are writing for the downward, again that V is equal to U plus AT. For the downward journey, what is the initial velocity? 0. For the downward journey, initial velocity 0. And what about the acceleration for the downward journey? G minus F divided by M into T. Here I write this is time of ascent. Okay, and this will be time of descent. What equation you are getting? V is equal to G minus F by M into time of descent. This is the equation. This equation is like y is equal to mx, no c. This is like y is equal to mx. Y is equal to mx means straight line passing through origin, or a straight line starting with 0. Straight line starting with 0. Starting with 0 because u is equal to 0. Okay, which one? This is curve. It is not straight line for the downward journey. Here, this is wrong. What about this? During ascent, straight line. During descent also, we are getting the straight line. So which one is correct means this option C. Okay, is it clear or any doubt is there? Kritika always engaged. Always engaged. ఆ సౌజన్య కనబట్లేదు నీ వల్ల. ఝాన్సీ, నీ వల్ల అమ్మాయి కనబట్లేదు. నువ్వేం చేయాలి? అటైనా వెళ్ళాలి, ప్లేస్ అయినా మారాలి. చూడు మరి, నువ్వు తలకాయ ఊపుతున్నావు. రేపు నీ రికార్డ్ చూస్తే మీ డాడీకి కూడా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది రికార్డ్ చూస్తారు.